The Dan Patch Invitational at Harrah's Hoosier Park, $325,000 on the line on Friday the 13th. I brought along Matt Rose to discuss the race. It's a great field of 10 when you look at this. Really, it's hard to find anyone in this field to throw out.
Yeah, you know what? The Harrah's Hoosier Park always puts together a great race every year for the Dan Patch. Always spices up a rather kind of lackluster Friday evening in the harness racing world. I always look forward to this race every year. And yeah, much as the age pacing group has been kind of wide open this year, no one's really stood out. Certainly nobody stands out here.
Yeah, on DRF, we're going to have free harness IPPs, and you're going to need them to try to get through this field. We'll also have live video of the entire card. We're going to take a look at one of the race replays that we have queued up here, which is Catch the Fire, who's the 3-1 morning line favorite, winning the McKee last week.
Yeah, he sat this 4-year-old impressed me, I got to be honest, last week. He's had a nice trip to the very speedy Nicholas Beach and come up with some urge here from Scott Zeron. And I mean, he just keeps chugging, and he gets by here in a 47-2 mile. Just a very, very impressive effort. And to be honest, it surprised me. And unfortunately, I was not on board at a $9 mutual. But in the Dan Patch, you could be looking at another $9 mutual in this wide open affair. That's for sure.
That's certainly possible. Finishing third in that race was Backstreet Shadow, who had to wait for a little bit of room. He was the 6 horse there. We're also going to take a look at the other McKee because we have a couple of horses that race in here. And what we're going to pick up here is this is the plan on the lead, and Cattle Wash making a quick move to the front, which didn't quite work out considering it was a closer's track.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Cattle Wash maybe is not very comfortable in the front end. I understand, I guess, tactically speaking, it was the right move at the right time, but you can see Cattle Wash is just getting surrounded and is pretty much out of gas here as the cavalry charge comes. So you can forget about Cattle Wash. And on the inside, this is the plan. And who was that on the outside? That was Alleywag Hanover who stormed to the lead. But as you can see, Cattle Wash, I think he's more of a factor in the Dan Patch tonight. I don't think that, like you said, the front end is the best spot for him to be in. I mean, I can understand the move at the time, but like you said, I'd look for different tactics tonight. That's without a doubt.
Yeah, obviously, those who look at it from a positive standpoint can say that only 3 of the 16 horses on the card won on the lead. So maybe he's ready to rebound here. Obviously, he was really good before that. Those on the negative side look at a horse that stopped and say, hey, this horse is done. Looking at this field just from top to bottom, just quickly on each one of these horses, Sintra, 8-year-old, do you give this horse a shot in this field at this point, or are these other horses just these young guns too good for him right now?
You know what? Like I mentioned, nobody has stood out this year at all. So I guess if there's ever a crop of age horses that's kind of ripe for the picking, could an old timer like Sintra, who's still bringing it week after week on the Mohawk Woodbine Mohawk Park circuit, wouldn't shock me. I mean, my money I don't think is going there. I don't think I love this spot starting from the rail, but would it shock me? No, it wouldn't shock me because, like I said, we've been crying out for somebody to take control of this division, and maybe it's a late addition to this division. Who knows? But my money's probably not going there.
I'll cover Working on a Mystery, who was in one of those McKees. Had a little bit of sneaky pace. I could see him taking a little bit more money than maybe he deserves off just that one okay effort. We'll see how it plays out here. We also have This Is the Plan, who we're going to end up seeing is going to be my top pick here. And one of the reasons why I went with this horse as my top pick is because I think you're going to get fair value on him this week. As you were talking earlier in the video, I think we might get like 4-1 here. And I really think that he's going to go with an off-the-pace strategy this week, whereas in the past he was on the lead. Because if you look at this field, whether it's Catch the Fire, maybe Cattle Wash, maybe Little Rocket Man, maybe No Losing, maybe Tell Me About It, there's a lot of horses here that could possibly leave. This track tends to play to off the pace.
I was going to say, I guess Backstreet Shadow is the only horse that can't be leaving the gate starting from the second tier. And you'll note that Trace Tetrick is picking up the drive instead of regular driver Tim Tetrick. It's just interesting to note. Yeah, it's uncertain who's going to be on the lead. I'm not saying for sure that this is the plan of Yannick Gingras wouldn't want to take control in this race. I don't see a specific downside for trying to cut the mile here, whether it's just seating everybody or retaking or brushing from third or fourth or something like that. We know, generally speaking, he's pretty good on the lead. We saw him go 47.3 mile. I don't think that's that type of effort's going to happen. We can turn to see a 47.3 on a much larger track like Harrah's Hoosier Park. He's my top pick also, and I'm just in agreement with you. I like the spot. I like the fact you're going to get value, and I'm not sold. I've seen enough from him to know that he can certainly win this race, and he can overcome a more difficult trip than just cruising on the front end. I think he's more accomplished than the rest of these in this wide open division, and if I'm looking at a 3-1, 4-1, I'm fine with that.
Everyone could see our numbers up there, and a lot of them are logicals. We have two numbers up there that maybe aren't so much, and so we'll discuss those, which is first my horse, who I picked third here, is No Losing, who's 15-1 on the morning line with Dexter Dunn driving for Nancy Tactor. The way I looked at this horse was it was a really good effort last week, finished second in a 48-mile. Second start back after 7 weeks off. We know there's talent there. He hasn't really been the 47, 48 speed yet that we need to probably win this race, but there's ability here, and this guy's capable, and I think he could do it from on or off the pace. I wouldn't be shocked if Dexter left or if he took back, but I think there's value here, maybe 20-1 on a horse that is capable.
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, you could say they're all capable for the most part. But if you think he's not ready to go that 48 type speed yet, and he has a poor outside post, I mean, I personally can't see him winning the race. Can I see him filling out the bottom of the ticket? Absolutely. We've seen some big prices in years past on the bottom of some of these tickets. Yeah, I can't play him on top just because of the post and the fact that he's so lightly raced and unproven at the top level. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at 20, 30-1 underneath, by all means, throw him in there. I won't be unless there's an all on the bottom of my superfecta ticket.
Well, just to clarify, I didn't say he wasn't ready to go 48. I said he hasn't done it yet as far as winning in a 48-mile. Anyway, your horse you used on your ticket is Brassy Hanover, who, in my opinion, should have won last week and didn't. What makes you think that he's going to be involved here?
You know what? I don't think he's going to be involved, so to speak. I mean, we saw the race last week with a crazy runaway winner, and he was closing in and inching his way in. And yeah, I'll agree with you that I thought he was going to win, and maybe he should have won. But the fact remains is he's a bona fide closer, and with this long Hoosier stretch, I think he's sharp enough to pick up pieces, and they can pick up a whole bunch of horses if he's saved early on and fans out wide for the stretch drive. But no, I don't expect him to be involved. I expect there to be a fast enough pace or a few moves, mid-race, mid-pack moves, where, like I said, he can come on late as a price, and he's kind of my price horse to fill a ticket because I just feel he's almost guaranteed to be motoring at some point in the stretch.
All right, well, we're both going with This Is the Plan in the 13th race of 15 on the Hoosier Park Friday card. This race, the Dan Patch, has a $25,000 guaranteed superfecta play that seems worthwhile to take a shot at. There's also a $15,000 high five in the 15th race on the card. Free harness IPPs will be on DRF.com. Live video of the entire card. Should be a great night of action. Good luck.